Now, let's do the stencil cookie. I love this cookie. We're going to go around the outside of the cookies with white. And also, you'll notice this cookie looks different than my normal cookies. I used a new recipe that someone gave me that has, well, it's Baked from Scratch magazine. They gave it to me to test because I'm doing a cookie class for them. And this uses powdered sugar instead of regular sugar. So it looks different on the top, but oh my gosh, you all, it is absolutely incredible. So there's nothing wrong with the cookie. It just looks different. It just uses a different type of sugar, and I guess that's what it made it look like that. Kind of like elephant skin. It is delicious. So I'm just going around the edge of the cookie like before, filling it in, and then I'm going to allow this cookie to dry overnight before I continue decorating it. So my cookie's dry, and I have my stencil in my stencil holder, and I'm spraying it with blue airbrush color. And I like going slowly. This is sped up, and using a couple different passes so the color is not too saturated. Next, I'm taking my green and just going over top of the blue. There you go. Now, I accidentally forgot to film drawing in the hat, but it's exactly like what we did at the very beginning with the grad hat that you can see in the photo. We're going to do the bottom part. We're going to allow it to dry. Then we're going to do the top. But while we're waiting, I'm going to take my yellow piping icing and I'm creating um, the thing that holds the globe. And I'm just doing this slowly and looking at the clip art. Remember the globes in school, in elementary school? They were the coolest thing. I don't know what it was about a globe, but I just loved a globe. I guess it made me want to travel. I liked turning it right on the base. Kids love that. Next, I'm doing the base. Again, this is a two-section base. You wouldn't have to do it like that. You could just make it one. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the top of the hat. And then once this little bottom yellow section's dry, you can fill in the top of it. But you could make this just one thing. It doesn't have to be two sections. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the tassel. Now, let's do our diploma. The first thing I'm going to do is pipe my entire diploma with white piping icing. And then I'm going to fill it in with my flood, and I'm going to allow it to completely dry, because if I don't, I'm going to mess it up when I do the bow. So I'm going to allow this to completely dry, and then I'm going to come in and make it really cute with this cute bow. So once it's dried, I'm going to take my piping icing and I'm going to draw the sides of the bow. This does not have to be perfect. They're just two little triangles. I sort of messed up that one little section, but it's okay. It's going to be covered. Now I'm going to do the tails of the bow, and then the top of the bow, because it's supposed to look like it's completely wrapped around. Again, it's a small icing area, so I'm doing the piping icing in the inside, filling it in with my flood. Now, I forgot to put the piping icing in that one, but I lucked out because it didn't crater. But again, the benefits of a dehydrator. Then I'm going to let this crust over before I do the left part of the bow, because I don't want them to just blend together. So here, my big old hand's in the way, so you can't see it, but I just filled that in with my flood icing. Then I'm going to let this completely crust over, and I'm going to take my piping icing and fill that in the center. But in the meantime, I'm just going around the edge. You'll be able to see here in a second the edge of the diploma. And you can look at the clip art for this, and it's making it, now it looks like a diploma. And then once my bow is done, I'm just going to use my piping icing for this because it's such a small area. I don't want it to crater. I'm moving it around so I don't have a little peak. And that one is finished.